All right, so we've arrived in Melbourne, and the trip was not too bad. Slept slept in and out on the flight to Sydney, and then got a layover in Sydney very briefly and made it to Melbourne. And now I'm staying here with Mike Jeffcott from Heads of State. He's been generous enough to put me up. So I'm going to take this opportunity to show you all what I've packed for the next 20 days. So I'm spending about a week in Australia and then a couple weeks in Japan. And I fit that all basically into this bag right here. This Patagonia, I think it's the 60 liter black hole bag. And this is my go-to bag for packing. I'm gonna try to make this like a shot that works here. The greatest bag is another piece that's pretty comparable to the spacing and sizing and compartments, and I like the greatest bag a lot. But the reason I've stuck with the Patagonia is because I've been using this one since the start of my travels. And as far as comfort when it comes to backpack and shoulder straps, I just like the fit of Patagonia, and I've sort of gotten into
routine
with my Patagonia bag. So this is what I use to travel. So first things first, aside from this, so I've got 3 weeks worth of stuff in this bag. I also will take along my matching Patagonia hip pack here, and this is really handy on international trips when you have your passport and your headphones and all the things that you might need for an international flight or going through airports and just figuring stuff out. I put all that in here, and I wear this awesome looking hip pack, and it's just great. It makes life a lot easier. You don't have to go fumbling through your pockets. So this has a couple great pockets, and I learned about using these from Jonathan Goss-Helton and Tim Morrill. They were big fans of these, and I think Goose might have mentioned to me that he just wears these on every plane ride. And I decided that for international trips, this is sort of my go-to. So I got my passport in here. I got a pen in here and a bunch of headphones in here as well. The only other thing that's sort of outside of this bag is, maybe you've noticed this pattern here. I'm gonna move this out of the way for a second. This was sort of a last minute purchase. I decided that because I'm gonna be in the back of a plane and my row might be full of people, that I'm gonna grab a pillow, a neck pillow. So there's one actually a pretty good deal at LAX, and of course the zebra print was the one I had to go with. And this is a pretty firm memory foam type pillow. And this one, it's not perfect. I can't just fall asleep like this, but it worked pretty well, and I'd say it came in pretty clutch. So I've got three flights that are over 9 hours on this trip. One to Sydney, which is 14, one up to Tokyo, which is 9 or so, and then back to the States from Osaka, which will be, I think, close to 10. I'm not sure. But this is great when you don't have too much to lean up against. This is not something I usually take on a trip, but I decided to do something nice for myself and grab this ahead of the trip. So, as far as what I am actually taking on a trip in gear, what's in my bag. So, as you can see, I'm wearing a old school Patagonia quarter zip. The weather in Melbourne right now is actually kind of rainy. I'll show you. A little bit of rain going on there. So it's a little chilly out here in Melbourne, but not so chilly that you need a winter coat. So this is perfect for training. This is perfect for a slightly chilly day to wear over a t-shirt, to go to sleep in. So this is something that I've had since my first trip, that Patagonia, when they were sponsoring our series, provided, and I've been wearing it for about 5 years now. So I love bringing this along. It's kind of like a no-brainer to bring this along with me. So let's get to the actual bag. So first things first is a pair of sunglasses that I really like wearing. These are called Umbras, and the cool thing about these shades, and these are actually an older version But I like this version a lot. So these sunglasses go on your head, and then you tighten with the strings, and they stick on your head, so they don't have any arms. But I'm probably going to be practicing with these this weekend in Melbourne with my training. And also just wearing these around. They're polarized. They're like basically indestructible. They've got some videos of people running over these in cars, and they're just fine, which I haven't done that and I'm not going to try, but these are great shades, and they just stay on my neck, so I don't have to worry about them if I'm in a plane and taking them on and off. It's just, you know, they'll stay around my neck. Next bit here is I love these pants from Be Ultimate. So these are some sweet Be Ultimate pants, and these are super comfortable. They look really stylish too, so I can go ahead and wear these as pants if I want to just walk around the city and stay pretty cool. You know, they're not super heavy, but they keep you warm enough too. They've got zips down at the ankles, so you can get your cleats off if you have cleats on, or if you just want to take these off really quick. So these are great. You can also train in them, so with the chillier weather, I'll probably be wearing them on the beach. The only other pair of pants that I bring along on my trip is this pair of Lululemon pants. I forgot, I think they're called the like GT go-to pants or something like that. I'll have to look it up, and I'll put a little title up. But these Lululemon pants are super comfortable. They look really nice. They look like they could be fancy pants, but they're extremely stretchy. So like, quite frankly, you could go train in these. You could go for a jog in these if you want, but they're just extremely comfortable, very versatile. So that's why I bring these along as well, not just to be comfortable like on the plane, but also to wear them in a more formal dress setting if I need to. I've got a handful of t-shirts, which is not super interesting, and a handful of tank tops, also not super interesting. Got a Patagonia rain jacket, another BE product, quarter zip. This is great. This is something that I'm going to use to keep out of the sun in Japan. So it keeps you, it's not something that you're going to overheat in, but also if you do want to wear while training to keep warm, this is great for that too. So this is also really comfortable, keeps cool when you need to stay cool, keeps warm when you need to stay warm. So I'll be using this in training in Japan a lot. Enough socks and underwear. I try not to overdo it, but if you're gonna overdo it on one thing, it's with socks and underwear, because you know, you may be able to rewear a shirt and you may be able to rewear shorts, but you don't want to rewear a pair of socks and you don't want to rewear a pair of underwear. That's just not fun. I've got a pair of shorts in here too. So I've got two pairs of BE shorts. I'm wearing one pair right now. These are my Camilla Swag BE shorts. So I have a couple pairs of these. These are just like some of the best athletic shorts I own. So I've got a couple pairs just to, if I want to be walking around the city or if I want to be training in. They're just awesome, and they're super lightweight, so they pack great too. Then I've just got a pair of normal shorts, so that totals to just kind of two-ish pairs of pants and one pair of more formal dress shorts, two pairs of training athletic shorts. As a swimsuit, I've got this Budgie Smuggler, which is from the first year that I played with the Australian men's national team on the beach, the Reef Sharks, and we all got a pair of these. So this might be the last opportunity I have to wear these and be a part of the team. So I brought them along, and they're the only pair of the only swim trunk I brought with. So everyone in Japan, I guess, is going to get a treat. As far as footwear, so I've got a pair of hiking boots. These are the Merrell, I think they're the Merrell GTS, maybe? Something like that. This is my second or third pair of these. They're just like a super basic but excellent hiking shoe that's super comfortable. Great for walking around a city, great for climbing up a mountain if you need to. Waterproof as well. So these are just my go-to travel shoes. As this is a beach tournament, I have a pair of just like super cheap flip-flops that I'll just bring along for the beach, so they're easy to put on and take off and not worry too much about. So these are super cheap. I might have actually gotten these in Australia a long time back, but I've had this cheap pair with me for a while. As far as otherwise wearing sandals, those sort of sandals I'm not going to want to wear around a city all that much if I'm walking a lot. So if it's going to be a hot day and it's supposed to be really hot in Japan while I explore this time, I'm going to be wearing these, which are Bedrock sandals. These are really comfortable. The sole's not super thick, but thick enough that you've got a lot of protection and a little bit of support. And you can go running in these, you can go hiking in these. I don't do either of that too much, but I have, and they just feel really great. So I'll probably be doing a lot of hiking in these on hot days if I don't feel like wearing socks and wearing the slightly heavier Merrells that I got over there. Got a little toiletry bag, which is actually in the bathroom, and don't forget to bring a towel. I've got this like tiny little microfiber towel that's just in case. But as far as like little things, I always bring a notebook in case I need to write something down. Always bring earplugs, so I've got some wax earplugs. I've also got some foam ones and an eye mask in case I need to deal with someone being loud and snoring, or there's a lot of light. It's a nice way to just kind of close out and focus on sleep. Other little things, I brought my computer and I brought my Kindle to read. But the only other thing that's really of note is sort of this little extra bag I've assembled as my tournament bag. And this has just got a few trinkets in it. A pair of Oakley sunglasses that I like to play in on the beach. A pair of layout gloves in case I need to wear them. Usually I only wear gloves in acclimate weather if it's cold out. So these are sort of a just in case. Pair of sand socks. So I don't usually wear sand socks, but sometimes it gets really warm on the beach. Last year, or in 2017 at the World Championships, the sand got so blistering hot that I couldn't walk on it without a pair. And the same actually happened at US Beach Nationals this year, that I needed to wear a pair of socks in order to survive. So bringing this in case. We don't know how hot the sand's gonna be, but good, nice thing to have just in case. Got a nice band in here for stretching out. And lastly, I've got this gumdrop. This is created by a couple Ultimate players. So takes the place of a lacrosse ball and helps you really isolate different points in your body with the different points of the gumdrop. So this is sort of my last item in my little training pouch. I bring a couple converters. So these are power converters that I got at REI. They're real simple. I'm actually using them right now. So this is half of the converter and the other half's in the wall. So these, I don't remember how expensive they were, but these were cheaper, and I've only got two things that I actually power on this trip, my computer and my phone. So these are perfect, they come in handy. Other thing I'm bringing too is another BE product here. One of my tank tops is a Ultimate Globetrotter BE tank. You know, gotta represent. And while I'm at it, brought along my Ultimate Globetrotter disc from Discraft. I've got like 3 pairs of shirts, 3 shirts, like 3 or 4 tank tops to wear. I'll be picking up my Australian kit for the tournament. So I'll be adding like a few pieces of gear to this bag, but that's really all that I got. I try to keep it pretty minimal. I think strategically ahead of like, okay, am I going to get to a washing machine so I can wash underwear and shirts so I have them again? So you kind of plan for those sorts of scenarios. You plan for strategically what am I going to have access to, but you also plan for that worst case scenario. So that's why you pack like 8 pairs of underwear and 8 pairs of socks, just in case like you go a week without seeing a washing machine, which is very necessary. But considering I'm expecting to wear sandals a lot too, may not be as much of a threat when it comes to socks. So that's what I've packed for 3 weeks in my bag here, and next update will probably be at the beach, so I'll see you there.